I live in a condo complex in San Jose. At first, it seemed like a nice community until the HOA board, led by a Karen-type president, started cracking down. It began with small things: $50 fines for leaving a bike on your patio, warnings if a flower pot was the wrong color, and $100 fines if a guest parked in front of your garage for even 10 minutes. Then they went further. Board members started walking around with clipboards, peeking over fences, and even taking pictures of people's patios to find violations. It felt less like a neighborhood and more like a prison yard. One day, my neighbor got a fine because her toddler left a toy car outside. Another was fined because wind had blown leaves into his yard. That's when I realized it wasn't about rules anymore. It was about control. We tried reasoning with them, but the board dismissed complaints and doubled down. So a group of us decided enough was enough. We organized, went door to door, and collected signatures to trigger a recall election. At the recall meeting, the room was packed with frustrated homeowners. Karen tried to defend the board, saying, "These rules keep our property values high." But then neighbor after neighbor stood up with their own story. A $200 fine for patio chairs that didn't match. A $150 fine for excessive holiday lights. Threats of legal action for having a barbecue grill. By the time the last person spoke, the entire room was clapping. The vote was overwhelming. Most of the board was kicked out, including Karen. The new board promised transparency and fairness. They rolled back the petty fines, rewrote vague rules, and focused on real community improvements instead of policing every blade of grass. Now, when I walk around the neighborhood, it actually feels like home again. People smile, kids play, and patios are colorful instead of uniform beige. And the best part? Karen has to live here, powerless, watching the very community she tried to control finally thrive without her.